Hello everybody, welcome to my video again. So today we are going to talk about the IELTS Speaking Part 2. And today the question here is describe a sports program that you enjoy watching. So in this question you should say what the sports program is, where you watch it, who you watch it with, and explain why you enjoy watching this program. Okay? So now, let's get started with each question one by one. Now, for the first question, what it is. So in this question, you need to mention a specific sport or team that you follow. Okay? And then, or you can talk about a particular sports event like the Olympics or the World Cup, if you like football, for example. Or you can mention a TV or channel dedicated to sports coverage. Okay? So here are some of the useful expressions for you. So you can use some of the phrases like, the sports program I enjoy watching is, or I'm a fan of. Or if you want to emphasize, you can say, I'm a big fan of. Okay? Or one of my favorite sports-related shows is. Okay? Now, here are some of the examples. The sports programs that I enjoy watching is the English Premier League, which features top football clubs from the UK. Or I'm a fan of tennis and I particularly enjoy watching the Wimbledon Championships. Okay. Or one of my favorite sports-related shows is ESPN Sports Center, which provides comprehensive coverage of various sports events. Okay? So in this question, you need to mention the kind of program that you really enjoy watching. Now let's move on to question 2. So in question 2, you are required to answer where you watch the sport program. Okay? So in this case, you need to mention the platform, whether it's on television, streaming services, or maybe in person. And you need to discuss specific locations like you watch it at your home or at the sports bar or maybe at your friend's house. Okay? And then you need to also consider the atmosphere and the experience of the place that you choose. These criteria will help you to expand your answer with a lot of vocabulary as well as ideas. Here are some of the expressions for you. You can say, I usually watch it on YouTube, on TV, or I catch the program from the comfort of my sofa, for example. Or sometimes I had to, so a place. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the examples and see how the expressions are used. I usually watch the English Premier League matches on television as they are broadcast on sports channel. Okay? Or I catch the Wimbledon Championships from the comfort of my living room where I have a big screen and a comfortable couch. Okay? Or sometimes I head to a local sports bar with friends to watch important games as the atmosphere there is always electric. Alright? So you can see that I try to use a lot of vocabulary in the answers to help you to get the better than score in the speaking tests. And of course you can develop your own answers. Okay? Now let's move on to question 3. In question 3, you need to talk about who you watch the sport program with. Okay? So in this question, you need to mention the family members who share your interests, or maybe you talk about your friends, your colleagues, your classmates who are also the fans of that sport program. And you also need to consider whether you prefer to watch sports alone or with a group. Of course, you can talk about the people that you usually watch the sport with. However, if you love watching sport alone, so you need to explain why you love watching sports, this sport program alone. Okay? Now, here are some of the useful expressions. I often watch it with my friends. I often watch it with my father, or my family member, or my friend, or my colleague is a fan too, so we watch it together. Or if you love watching the sports alone, so you can say, I sometimes prefer to watch it on my own because. Okay? Right. So, here are some of the examples. I often watched the English Premier League matches with my dad. We both share a deep passion for football, and it's the great bonding experience for us. Okay? Or my best friend is a tennis enthusiast, so we watch Wimbledon together, discussing the matches and players. Okay? Or if you are the kind of person who loves watching sports program alone, you can say, I sometimes prefer to watch it on my own because I like to focus on the game without any distractions. Okay? Right. It depends on you. Now, let's move on to the last question of this topic. Explain why you enjoy watching the program. So, in this question, you need to talk a lot. You need to mention a lot of reasons why you enjoy watching the sports program. Okay? So you need to discuss the excitement and the entertainment value of the sports or the program. And in this case, you need to include a lot of vocabulary such as adjectives and nouns to describe the excitement and also the entertainment. And you should also mention your personal connection or interest in the sport. So in this case, you need to show how interested you are when you watch the sport. Tell people about your emotions. Okay? Explain how watching the sports program allows you to relax and to unwind. Okay? Now, let's take a look at some of the expressions. You can say, I enjoy watching it because. It's a very simple way to say, right? Or maybe you can, use the expressions in a more complicated one. The program provides a source of excitement and entertainment for me. And then you talk more, right? Or you can say, well, it's the great way to unwind and take a break from the daily stress. Okay? Right, now, let's take a look. So the examples are, I enjoy watching the English Premier League because of the intense competition, skillful players, and the thrill of last-minute goals. It keeps me on the edge of my seat. Or watching ESPN Sports Center is the great way to unwind and take a break from daily stress. It keeps me up to date to the latest sports news, and the highlights are always entertaining. Okay? So try to include a lot of useful vocabulary. And again, I always say that you need to upgrade your vocabulary level so that you can get a better score in the IELTS speaking test. Right? So, that's it for the topic of sports program. I hope that some of the ideas, useful expressions together with examples can help you a lot to boost your confidence and also to help you to get a better score, a better band score in the English speaking test. Thank you very much and see you again in the next video lessons. Goodbye.